Welcome back to A Real Pain, a movie podcast where two generations clash over whether or not their movies deserve to be considered a classic or not. No, I'm plowing through this. I'm John, a millennial.
And I'm Matthew, Gen Zer.
And today we're watching my pick, Tango and Cash. Okay, we're going to start this podcast off just like the movie starts off. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Bum, 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 bum.
Dude, the soundtrack in this movie was bumping.
It was something.
It was bumping.
Yep.
That doesn't mean good. It just means that it was...
I was jiving to it.
Yeah.
I had a beat.
Yeah.
John, I gotta say, I was pretty proud of myself last night.
Okay, because you finished it?
Yes, that. But also proud of another thing. So a while back, we watched True Lies.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, Jamie Lee Curtis is like, can't believe I married Rambo. And I was like, haha, because he is Rambo, but I was wrong because that was Arnold and not Stallone. But in this movie, someone's like, this guy thinks he's Rambo. He's like, nah, Rambo's a baby. And I got it because he played Rambo.
Yeah. Yep.
I was pretty proud of myself.
He also didn't say baby, but I appreciate
it was the PG version of what he said.
Gen Z is always trying to censor.
I mean, if you want the R rating on this episode, I guess you can say it if you want.
Just a little bit of context, and I have to say this up front before we get into any. Yeah. People listening are just like,
you're doing the Doctor Strange thing.
Doctor Strange. I'm trying to do a portal circle,
so I don't have to do this episode.
I'm trying to portal out of here. So I remember growing up, there were a lot of like this movie was just on in the background or like on TV. So I always remember certain scenes, which obviously we'll get into the synopsis of the actual movie, but like when they're doing the zip line thing, when he's shooting at the truck in the beginning, like there's certain scenes that I was like, I remember these scenes being cool, so the movie must have been cool.
Yeah, everything else around it must be really awesome.
Yeah. So I might have slightly changed my tune a little bit on that, but we'll get into it.
Okay. Well, for those who haven't watched it yet, can you tell the audience a little bit what is Tango and Cash even
Tango
about?
and Cash is a wild ride through the 80s. Here's what I'll say. So Tango and Cash, they're in LA. Mm-hmm. They're in LA.
The best two cops.
And they're the best two cops. And you know about that because they're literally on the front page of the newspaper every day.
Yes. And they bicker about it. Like, I heard you were the number 2. Well, I heard you were the number 2.
Yeah. Which I don't think police officers do. And I don't think reporters report on it that much.
But we think they should. So,
okay. Yeah. So that being said, they kind of end up like spoiling the plans of these drug dealers. And you know this because they are constantly saying, oh, we've lost millions because of Tango and Cash. So it's like,
and they're like evil lair.
It's kind of like the villain is very cartoony in the sense of like, oh, they got away again. You know, like
if someone told me that Dr. Evil was based on this guy, I would believe them.
Oh yeah. 1,000%. So Tango and Cash, the movie opens up with them spoiling the plans separately. And then the main bad guy, he's played by Jack Palance.
Perrette. We can say Perrette. Yeah, we don't have to say his first name.
Okay, so the character's name is Perrette. I don't know how to say his first name. And I don't think they ever say his first name.
And we're just not even going to try. Out of respect.
Yes, out of respect. So he is like, so everybody in like his henchmen are like, oh, we should kill them.
Yep.
Because they're stealing all this money. And he's like, no, I have a better idea. And his idea entails framing them, which is super complicated.
A major setup.
So Tango and Cash accidentally, well, they get the same hot tip, and they meet up at this location, and the guy, they find a dead body, and then there's like a tape of them allegedly killing him, which has been dubbed by some guy.
It's been doctored.
And then they end up going to trial, which I don't know what the timeline of this movie is because trials take forever. But then they end up going to jail. Tango and Cash end up going to jail. Once they get to jail, I'm doing the whole thing because it's just such a wild ride.
Yes.
Almost every prisoner in this prison wants to kill him because cops aren't supposed to go to prison.
Mm-hmm. At least not in the general public prison, right?
That's what the Gen Pop was. Yeah. Gen Pop. And so at one point they get pulled out of their prison cells, and then everybody and their mom is at this torture scene.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the ending of Lethal Weapon, when
except
like
in the middle.
There's so many cops are just watching them, like, and you're like,
I'll give it to this movie. That made more sense than Lethal Weapon did.
Some.
I mean, they're all paid off. So,
yeah. So then they're getting tortured. They're getting electrocuted. Crazy what is it? Electrocution.
Yeah, with the
scene.
Water.
Yeah, that was wild. But then cops interrupt that. Then they go back to jail, and then there's a plan to break out of jail, and then they got to clear their name. But then there's also like, they got to clear their name.
Then there's the Cleopatra side plot, right? Was that the name of the club? Cleopatra's?
Yeah, there's a, which they just did that to show boobs.
Well, yeah.
It's an 80s movie. Yeah. We're going to talk about it more? Oh, Matthew's fired up. Yeah. So then they end up saving the day. And it ends with a newspaper
holding hands,
spinning. They clear their name.
Which, what a just abrupt ending. Okay,
Yep.
That's the synopsis. Are you happy with the synopsis?
Yeah, I think I over-explained a little bit.
I think you gotta have to with this movie, though.
Other ones, it's like, yeah, Bilbo Baggins is charged with a challenging journey, and this one, it's like, dude, just a bunch of.
They go here, then there, and then here, and then somehow they go back here, and yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah.
So we get into initial ratings.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's flip and do it.
All right. While we're putting down our initial ratings, if you have a movie that you think is a classic to a Gen Zer or a millennial, let us know in the comments. We kind of have like a list going, and each week we pick something new. So if you have suggestions, we'd definitely love to hear it.
Ditto.
Nice.
Also, like and subscribe. Come on.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
It's a free way to support the channel. We would really appreciate it. So we can keep doing this.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go first since it's my movie pick. Bam.
John's rating is 6.5.
Okay. I got a nod from Tabby, so I think I did well.
Okay. All right. I'm going up next.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Matthew's rating is 5.
Hey, just for context, so we have kind of like a baseline rating. What did you rate Mortal Kombat?
You gave it a 2, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, around that.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
What did you give
Lethal Weapon?
He-Man?
A 7,
okay.
I think.
Yeah, what'd you give Lethal Weapon?
I think like a 4 or 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, John. Well, since this was your pick, do you want to try and guess what my favorite scene was?
Can I guess your least favorite? Because
you want to start with the least favorite again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because this movie, I don't think you start with the favorites.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's dive right in.
I think your favorite or your least favorite part was Peretz, the main bad guy. I think your least favorite part was his rat fetish.
Dude, he was kissing those mice all the time.
I'm like, at one point, I'm like, because he's telling he's telling this analogy of Tango and Cash, and he's like, this is Tango and this is Cash, and he's like, got these rats, and I'm like, you don't need that for this.
And then he puts them in this maze that he just happened to have in his table or something.
Yeah, and he was like, this is how I'm gonna get them.
And then
put them in a cell or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, John. At first, I was like, this is really weird, but I think it gave him a little more of an interesting character, and
it was more cartoony.
Yeah.
It was very on the cartoonish side.
Cartoonish. So, was it weird? Yes. Did I hate it? No.
Do we know if this was a box office success? Did you find that when you were researching your facts? The only reason I'm asking is because I think that sometimes when movies are hitting the certain check boxes in terms of what it needs for a formula, something gets blown out of proportion.
Sure.
And then the market kind of self-corrects of
So they were a box office success. They had a 54 million budget and they made 120 million.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, you said a $4 million budget?
54 million.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not it's not bad, but
I mean, that's not sequel money.
No.
Which is unfortunate.
I mean, you put Stallone and Kurt Russell on the front, poster, it's going to get butts and seats.
Yeah, because this is the height of their thing.
Yeah.
So
when this movie came out, how old were you? Do you remember?
Tango and Cash came out in 1989. So I would have been 5 years old. And this was the year that my brother and sister were born.
Oh, so this was more of it was playing at home type thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. And so honestly, the best way I could describe this movie is an 80s fever dream. So I felt like the whole movie, it had all of the elements. There just wasn't a cohesive thing that kept it together.
Sure. That makes sense.
So I can't, if I say any more, then I might dip into some least or favorite scene. So what do you think was my least favorite scene?
Okay, so this is one of mine. It's not my least favorite, number one, but it's my guess for yours. So during the courtroom sequence, before all of that happens, when Tango and Cash are caught with the tape and then the replaced gun, all the policemen there are pissed off at them.
Yeah.
They're saying stuff to them, and we just found out that they're two of the best cops ever. No one's being lenient at all.
Yep.
A little crazy. Then at the point where they're going to do their plea deal,
yep,
Cash gets up. He's like, this is messed up. This is ridiculous. And then all the cops behind them just start cheering like crazy.
Yeah.
What happened? Where was this energy before?
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense at all.
That was interesting because that was the moment where I'm like, I don't know if there's a lot of if they knew that. I don't know if the extras knew what they were supposed to. Obviously they did what they were told.
Sure.
But I don't know if anybody knew the reasoning behind any of this.
Yeah, there's no continuity between these scenes. It just made no sense at all.
Yeah, I mean, you're close. I think just the whole framing thing, something just felt off about it. And so just I understand getting framed and I understand getting put in prison. It's much more damaging to their reputation.
Sure.
That's what we're going to destroy. I get all of that. But the way it was done was just I don't think that you needed a courtroom scene or I don't think you needed the court stuff.
Which is sad because I actually really enjoyed that. I felt like the courtroom sequence up until that one point was pretty well done. It was like more fast-paced, edited.
Yeah, and just all of the incriminating evidence. Maybe I didn't have a. Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of just off for me.
Interesting.
Because like normally you just don't have that. It's like these guys killed the cops. They're just going away for life. And you just skip the.
Oh, sure.
So, and to clarify, it's like, it's not that I didn't like the courtroom scenes.
Mhm.
What I'm saying is like the henchmen are trying to get the boss to do something about Tango and Cash because every day they're out on the streets, they're losing money.
Yep.
And then granted, yes, they are off the streets because they're in the courtroom, but like the plan just didn't.
Also, it's not really saving them any time either because they're constantly dealing with them in prison too.
Yeah. And the fact that like the main bad guy goes to the prison and then like they get busted and then he just like disappears into the shadows.
Yep.
And I'm like, it's a prison.
Where did he
like,
go?
oh, where did he go?
Yeah. I feel like I'm on the henchman side. If I was on the bad guy side, I would have been like, just kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't like the torture scene. I don't know why they were torturing him.
Oh man, that was just not. And I understand. Obviously, it's not supposed to be like a fun watch, but that scene just made me feel gross. Like this is not fun. And I feel like most of the movie it's like supposed to be like a fun buddy comedy, you know.
But every like all these 80s cops movies, like I feel like that was the go-to torture. It's just
electricity.
Yeah, because that happened in Lethal Weapon.
Yep, got big Lethal
Obviously,
Weapon
there's
vibes.
other examples that we're not thinking of at the moment, but yeah.
Yeah, it just made me feel gross.
Yeah.
I will say another thing that I almost gave this movie credit for, another kind of comparison to Lethal Weapon. A lot of gay jokes, but they do it in a way that it's a little more like playful and fun. There's like, yeah, this is my fiance Slinky. And then when Stallone shoots, the guys come flying out of the semi-truck. He's like, nah, I prefer blondies.
Oh, yeah.
And then Cash is picking up the soap and Stallone's like, hey, and he's like, Cash is like, don't flatter yourself.
Yeah.
These are just like more well done, I would say, than just straight up saying the F word.
Sure.
In Lethal Weapon. They almost got my thanks. But then during the scene when Cash is in drag, getting out of the Cleopatra's Club, one of the cops goes, a couple of blanks on bikes, says the D slur.
Mm-hmm.
They just had to include that in there.
Well, I mean, the good news is it wasn't one of the main characters.
But it's also supposed to be a good guy, though.
Oh,
they didn't have to write that. It was a cop.
Yeah, it was a cop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that's true.
Like, you couldn't go a whole 90 minutes without just saying some sort of slur. Woof.
Ah, the 80s.
Rough.
Not very PC back then.
No. Going back to Cash's very first chase scene, at one point, the bad guy's in a truck. Cash is running. He runs into a homeless woman.
Mm-hmm.
He kicks all of her belongings into the truck's way and just explodes.
Good.
What the? That poor woman. He didn't need to do that. It didn't accomplish anything.
Oh, for sure.
And he could have kept running. But the worst part of that scene was the pointless boobs again.
Was it? I mean,
yes,
was it?
It was so pointless.
I mean,
they could have done the same, like, what's going on?
My hot take is every 80s movie, when they turn in a script, some producer was like, all right, how are you going to meet the boob quota?
Why do we need a boob quota?
I don't know. It was the 80s.
That's a really bad excuse, John.
I didn't do it.
I also don't think that's real.
No, I'm being serious. No, of course I don't think that's real.
But
like that's what it felt like. Is because it's like, why is that there?
Yeah. And like I kind of sort of understood why there was nudity in like the Cleopatra Club scene because they're club workers. I was just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, the whole chase scene with Cash in the beginning, you could have done that whole sequence without the random naked lady coming, like looking out of the truck, being like, what's going on?
Yep. Also, could you imagine having a cop steal your car?
That'd be awesome, actually.
And then they just completely destroy it.
Destroy it.
And then tell me welcome to America.
Yeah.
That wasn't
yeah,
good.
that was not good.
Also, choking out a suspect with your chair, I don't think that's allowed.
Oh, he was fine.
Nothing. Tis a scratch.
Tis a scratch. I mean, anything can happen. Yep.
What?
It was an accident.
It was an accident.
Yeah.
The chair just fell on him.
He
I just fell on the chair.
He accidentally did it.
Oh,
Abby's on
brother.
my side. I'm just gonna assume that she's always on my side.
Oh
I roll.
man! And then
Oh,
right
she got
before
me
the torture scene, Cash is like, "If anybody's gonna kill me, it needs to be an American." Like,
Oh.
dude, you're gonna be racist about who kills you? Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Yeah, that was. I mean, that was borderline lethal weapon because that was. I mean, same
Yeah,
kind of concept.
which is just so sad because I don't know. I feel like they almost had me like actually writing some decent jokes, and then they just had to throw this stuff in there.
Yeah. I was also going to check on the inflation because at one point, Cash, when he gets he gets shot. He said, "This shirt cost me $9."
He was so mad. I was like, "That's a steal." I think.
It's a steal now,
Yeah.
but I was wondering with inflation,
What is it?
wouldn't $9 back then be like 40,000 now?
40,000.
I mean, I don't have a calculator. It was roughly 40,000.
Roughly around.
I thought
there.
they wrote Cash to be like this cheap guy. Who
That's
just,
what I was thinking too.
Got it.
Doesn't
It's
have a
like
lot of
9.
good things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like you can get an Old Navy T-shirt for like $15. I feel like would that be worth now? I think.
Like when he went to Owen's and he was like, "Do you have clothes for me?" And then there was just like a pile on the floor, and he's like, "Ah."
Yeah, you got the same style as I do.
Nice.
Which, speaking of Owen, so this is right after Tango and Cash get out of jail. They're kind of like, "Okay, we're gonna split up, kind of get our feet landed or whatever. We'll kind of do our own things and team back up later." Cash goes to Owen's kind of, I don't want to say laboratory, but it's just like infirmary type thing. They're working on weapons, that kind of stuff. He just walks in. He like, "Owen, what's up, man?" Who the heck is Owen? We've never met this character before.
Yeah.
And they're just like instantly buddies, getting some guns and clothes from him, and they're just supposed to be like, "Oh yeah, I guess."
Yeah.
Owen, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with that actually until later when they come back and they get the souped up RV from him that's
The
like
Timo
bullet.
Batmobile.
It was Timu Batmobile. Nice.
Tell me
Nicely
I'm
done.
wrong.
The amount of times we've said the Timu version of something, I don't think it gets old.
Nope,
personally.
never gets old.
But yeah, it was just an odd character because I'm like, this is like kind of edging on James Bond type, like the gadgets,
Yeah.
the car, the villain.
Yeah. And then Owen becomes like the man behind the screen later on.
Yeah.
When they're fighting Perret and his goons and cars, and
Yeah, that was very silly.
very silly.
I'm not mad that I watched this movie, I will say, but it was very silly.
It was very silly.
Those are the 80s, like I said,
Well,
80s fever dream.
It was at the point where I think it was Tango. He gets the like actual not doctored tape from the person that doctored up the tape to make it sound like they were killing the cop and getting the gun and stuff.
Yeah.
I was just, isn't that enough proof for them to? Why do they have to go kill Perret?
I don't know.
It's just like this whole ending like fight sequence. I hate to say it, but it kind of felt pointless again.
Yeah, that whole scene took me on a different journey.
Okay.
We'll just put it that way. In terms of, because I'm watching this and I'm like, ha ha ha, like he doctored this tape, he's slicing it, or whatever.
No, I was fine with that.
No, I know, but like when I'm watching, like when he's blowing up his studio,
Sure.
and all of that stuff, and he has recovered and he can prove it. My mind went to, with all of the AI stuff and the things that we have access now to, it's so easy to make anybody say anything. And so I'm like, oh, I want, like, this is going to be a problem that we are going to have going into the future. Cause like when they call him to the courtroom and I'm like, they had a sound verification guy. Like, why do you need that? Like, it's the 80s. Like, if it's on the tape, and it sounds good, it probably happened.
Sure.
But now I'm like, oh, they're going to have like AI experts and
whole different world.
Yeah, whole different world.
How would Tango and Cash survive now?
They'd be in a retirement home.
That's probably true.
Unfortunately. Yeah. Anything else that kind of like bummed you out? I will say this is one. There's a couple things. So you pointed this out when we were talking earlier off camera. There's a scene where Kurt Russell is going to put his feet up.
Yeah.
And there's a cut right in the middle of it.
Yeah. So his foot's like halfway there and then it just lands on his leg. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if there was maybe like a piece of dialogue they didn't want.
Yeah, it just like cut like 12 frames.
Yeah, I'll make sure we add it to the video, but it was very weird.
Yeah. So that was a little odd.
Yeah.
But the other notable mention is at one point, Cash is going up to a door and it's locked door and he needs to get in. He pulls out a bullet and he just like sticks the bullet in the key hole and then it opens. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know bullets could do that. That's pretty nifty.
You learn so many
you
cool
risk
things.
blowing your hand off, but it can open doors apparently.
It's Cash. It's fine.
Yeah. It's rugged ways. It's rugged ways.
Yeah, I mean, other than those things, just again, just felt a little too long. The last like 30 minutes, I was like, this is kind of a slog to get through. And then it just ends.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. High five.
High five.
Yeah.
And they hold hands.
Yeah.
Very romantic.
Yeah.
Yeah. They liked each other. They were buddy cops. Okay. Favorite part.
Okay. I think your favorite part, just from a video production standpoint, was when they were escaping prison. They're on top of the roof. They got to get onto the electrical wire to put so they can whatever that's called.
Zip down.
And when you look up at them when they're on the roof, it's lit in such a cool way where they're backlit so you can only see their silhouettes. I just thought that was super cool. And I think that was your favorite scene.
That is my favorite scene.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah. I was actually thinking about it the whole time I'm watching it. Cause with all the video stuff that we do, obviously we don't do anything nearly as complex as this, but I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, so at one point they probably spent like an afternoon just getting the close-up shots of them sliding down a little section. Sure. And then they could cut it in with like the stunt doubles and like, I don't know. It's fun watching that stuff and thinking like how much fun they had. And like, I don't know. That part of the production just makes it so fun. And then when it cuts together, like really clean, I don't know. It's just a good time.
No, it's something I noticed we just recently watched the He-Man 80s movies. And I'm not saying that this movie was a low budget film, but even with like 80s movies, even if they were low budget, they still had to put so much time and effort into making sure these shots looked okay, were they lit properly.
Yeah. And though it's fun is like seeing a lot of like people now are using like AI to like recreate their own versions of like movies, scenes and stuff. And it's really fun seeing the comments of like people rejecting like enough with this AI slop. And so I think like this podcast from the very beginning has always been like a celebration of like people creating stuff
Yeah, because that's the whole point of making movies, right?
Yeah, making fun things. And sometimes like something will happen where, I don't know, now that we're in, like we make videos, and again, by comparison, we're nowhere near Tango and Cash.
Yes.
Okay. So I would never try to, but that being said, we'll work with a client and then we think we have a really nice piece and they'll say, no, we need to change this. Well, they're the client, so we have to change it. And it might make it a worse
for sure
version. And so that's always the lens I'm watching it through is like, man, this looked like it was a ton of fun to make.
Yeah, credit where credit is due. That was a really cool looking shot.
Yeah. So, your favorite scene?
Hit me.
I also think, so this wasn't a scene in particular necessarily, but I think that you really appreciated the dynamic between Tango and Cash, and that it was actually like a really good buddy cop.
Yeah.
They were riffing each other.
Yep, for sure.
Because like I even wrote down, like, I think their chemistry in this movie, like if I was just rating that would have been a 10 out of 10 for me. And it was just kind of the rough edges of the narrative was kind of the downfall for me.
Yeah. Comparing it again to, now I haven't seen the rest of the Lethal Weapon movies, so I can't really compare it to their relationship in like 2, 3, and 4. But at least in the first one, I mean, they were butting heads the whole entire time up until I would say about the last 30 minutes of Lethal Weapon. Then they kind of became buddies.
Yeah.
But these guys, they had a fun, like they didn't hate each other in the beginning. They're just like, no, I'm the number one cop in LA. No, I'm the number one.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just their relationship and like the chemistry was just, I felt like they had better chemistry in this movie than in the first Lethal Weapon movie. And I appreciated that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's a good guess. My favorite scene is really random.
Okay.
So it's the scene where they're out of prison and they're trying to figure out who set them up. And so I think it's Cash. Also trying to keep together who's Tango and who's Cash. I had a really hard time keeping that straight. Yep. But yes, it's Cash, and he goes to Wyler's house. Pretty sure he was the judge. So he finds out that they paid him off to send them to that prison that wasn't great. And Wyler's like, they're after me. I got to get out of here. And so he runs away from Cash, opens the garage door, and just gets instantly exploded by his car. There's just something about the timing of that. It was just so funny.
Yeah.
It actually made me laugh.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well, I wasn't even close because both characters weren't in that scene.
Nope. No.
I thought one line that was worth mentioning was, I can't remember who pulls the trigger, but he makes the quip, "You need a little iron in your diet." I thought that was pretty good. Do you remember who said that?
That was all right. Yeah, it was okay.
It was good.
Was it Cash who said that?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Obviously, it was really, like, the line was better than who delivered it.
For sure.
If I wrote it down and can't remember who said it.
The one line that I really appreciated was, this is after Cash gets out of Cleopatra's Club and he escapes by dressing in drag and heading out with Tango's sister. So they're all at Tango's sister's, Catherine. They're in Catherine's house. Cash is still like semi-dressed up in drag, and Tango sees them for the first time and he calls them queen for a day. I was just not expecting a line like that in this movie. And it took me out, and it was so funny.
Okay. That's awesome. The only last thing that I really think that I also was curious about your perspective. So like, I am not a musician. I will say that over and over again on this podcast. I'm not a musician. You are. When the sister is at the club and she's dancing and then she pulls out the drumsticks, correct me if I'm wrong, but that was offbeat, right?
The first half was for sure.
Okay.
Yes, I noticed that too. I was like, she is not playing to the song.
Okay, because I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
If I notice,
then
it's
you know
really
it's
bad.
bad.
Yeah.
They also play the synth theme throughout the movie a lot. I noticed that. It's the same. Like they don't really switch up either the synth sound or the like tune.
Yeah.
One last thing that I really enjoyed.
Yep.
Was it's the very first scene when Tango's chasing the guys in the semi truck. And well, I actually enjoyed two things about this scene. One is it's a giant semi truck barreling at him, and he's holding the tiniest little pistol I've ever seen. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Anyways, he shoots the tire. The two bad guys come flying out of the semi truck through the windows. And I'm just imagining like single dad at home watching this. He's like, all right, son, watch this. He's like, this is why you always wear your seatbelt. Like, try to make a lesson out of Tango and Cash, and the rest of the movie's just...
It's just a pro seatbelt movie. Peak Stallone.
Yeah.
Especially when he was known for
also,
being Rambo.
Can I say, Stallone in glasses and, like, a well-fitted suit?
Dude, he looked good.
Looked pretty good.
Which,
can't lie.
As we transition into fun facts, those are actually his glasses. His
really?
own personal glasses. Yeah, he has astigmatism. If I'm saying that correct.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, he actually apparently wears contact lenses during filming his movies. But in this movie, he was just like, just wear his own glasses.
Okay.
Yeah, and apparently you can notice that one lens is thicker than the other.
Oh,
you
really?
look closely, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I did not notice that.
Yeah.
My first watch, so I can't catch everything.
Don't worry, at your fifth watch, you love this movie so much. Yeah. So this movie actually won a couple of... they were nominated for the Golden Raspberry. For Worst Actor was Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, no.
Worst Supporting Actress for Kurt Russell in Drag.
Wait, they had those back then?
Yeah.
The Golden Raspberries?
Yeah.
How old is that award?
I don't know.
No, it's fine. I'm just not trying to sidetrack you. I guess I would have assumed that was like a internet
new thing. Yeah.
Like around the time of the internet.
I haven't heard of those before.
Yeah. Sylvester Stallone actually won the Worst Actor.
Really?
Yeah. And Worst Screenplay.
He was not the worst. Okay. All right.
No, I'm agreeing with you, John. I thought he was pretty good in this movie.
Out of all the Sylvester Stallone movies that I have seen, he does not deserve that for this.
I agree. I loved his acting. He was great.
I've only seen not the Rambo. I've only seen the Rocky movies, but I thought he was fine in this movie.
Great.
That's really
and
interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very mean. Kurt Russell was actually originally considered for the role of Martin Riggs in Lethal Weapon.
Oh.
Yeah. But he turned it down. That Mel Gibson can get it.
Because it was racist.
It was. The opening scene where Tango is facing off with the truck is actually like reference from a Jackie Chan movie called Police Story. Have you watched that, John?
I have heard of it, but I have not seen it.
Have you watched any Jackie Chan movies?
I saw his like late 90s stuff. He was in like Rumble in the Bronx, I think was one of them. And there was honestly the only thing that I remember about watching Jackie Chan movies growing up was he always put like a blooper reel at the end.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of like, they were basically just stunts gone wrong. But there was one movie where he broke his ankle or broke his foot, but he still needed to do the stunts. He has a cast and they put like this nylon stretchy sock over it that it's painted like a shoe.
What?
And he kept doing some of his stunts. Dude, the guy was crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, is there any Jackie Chan movies you think we should add to the list that you really enjoyed? Not really.
Yes, but I need a moment to think about that.
Okay. That's fair.
Let us know in the comments if you saw a Jackie Chan movie that you liked.
Nice save.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to put the work back on you. Don't give me homework.
So this film actually had like 4 directors during the filming, and they kept on rewriting the script over and over again. Specifically, there's one director, I hope I say the name correct, but his first name is Andrei, and he was fired mid-shoot because the producer wanted like a silly, goofy movie, while he wanted like a thriller type serious movie.
Oh.
That makes sense.
So,
cohesiveness was a little hit or miss.
Because there was serious and good. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. Got it.
Sure. Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't have a lot more fun facts for this movie.
Okay.
But yeah.
That's fair.
All right.
Okay.
Final review.
Ready, John?
3, 2, 1. 6.5.
5. I stayed at 5.
What is that on your
It's Tango.
The
dance Tango
and Cash.
And Cash.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we kind of agreed on like what we liked, what we disliked. So
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I needed to raise it. at
Yeah.
all.
I mean, I feel like there's for sure better Kurt Russell movies, better Sylvester Stallone movies, but they weren't the problem in this movie.
Sometimes.
They weren't the problem. Like their dynamic weren't.
Their dynamic was good for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is like
Yeah.
they had good chemistry. So
I think
that goes a long way, I feel like.
I think there was half of a good movie in this full movie. And so that's why I get to 5.
Yeah. Cut it in half.
Cut it in half. There were some decent scenes. It was just surrounded by, I don't know, man. I was really bored watching this movie.
Yeah. Would you say that it kind of, do you appreciate though, like not having to like, because sometimes like I felt myself like having the urge of like looking at my phone, but I'm like, I'm going to miss something for the pod. And so like, and I think like I have a focus problem for sure. You know this, we work together. But to make myself like watch a movie, it's like that's so fun.
It is fun. And that's the other thing is I tried going into this movie like I'm going to have a fun time. This is going to be awesome. But there was just moments throughout this movie where it's like, I just want to shut this off. I'm not having a good time. And that's really what I wanted to go into this movie was having a good time. But I don't think it knew what it wanted to be, honestly. And so I felt like I was being thrown around.
I have a dream. Okay. Here's my little fantasy, if you will. I think it would be so cool is if like once, and I don't know the specific like law, but you know how after a certain period of time, something just becomes public domain. I think it would be so cool if like these older movies that probably don't have like a chance of like, obviously like Tango and Cash isn't going to make a ton more money.
Sure.
Like they just made all of the footage that they used to make the movie like publicly available. And then video editors could go in and like play around with like, and you could see like what a video editor gets. I think that would be so cool because it kind of sounds like, if you're just tuning in, kind of sounds like we're tearing apart the movie. And it's like, no, we like the movie was there were pieces of it there that were good.
Yeah, for sure.
And could you imagine like I would love to recut it. Like,
or even like holding like a little contest, see who can make like a better cut of Tango and Cash.
Yeah, for sure. Cause like if you dialed that whole thing down to a tight like hour 20, like that's a good time.
It could have been good for sure. Cut some jokes. Yeah. I would agree.
Yeah. So anyways, that's my little idea. That would be pretty fun. But I know that's completely unrealistic.
Unfortunately.
All right. Well, what do you got for us? What's our next
week?
Watch?
We're going to do something a little unprecedented for the pod. So not only are we all going to watch the movie at the same time, we're going to watch it in theaters.
Yes.
So tomorrow, technically next week, we're going to watch Backrooms in theaters. I feel like there's two very distinct movie types that really gain a lot from watching it in theaters, and that's horror movies and comedies. Horror movies specifically because it takes up your whole peripheral view.
Yeah.
And then comedies because you're just like surrounded by other people and it's just more fun with other people.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Backrooms is kind of right now at least, the quintessential like Gen Z horror because the director, Kane Pearson's like 4 years younger than I am. So this is like, I would say right now, the Gen Z horror. So that's what we're going to watch next week is the Backrooms. So if you haven't watched it yet, Get your butts in the theaters.
Yeah, sounds good. I have an idea for our outro. Okay. So we're not gonna do the typical bye.
Okay.
But I need you to so you gotta put the board down.
Okay. Are we gonna do the hand thing?
Yeah, and then we're gonna look right at this camera, and then with your right hand. With your right hand, we gotta smile, and then we gotta high five. Yeah. Bye.
This episode was brought to you by Storyline Multimedia, and special thanks to Matthew Purcell for making and producing our theme song.